Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Aisha Nazir. Welcome to the series of static variable and static member function. This is the second part of static variable and static member function. In the previous lecture, we see an example of static variable, syntax of static variable, and how we can use the static variable along with static member function. In this lecture, we will see the difference between the simple variable and a static variable and how we can use it in our program. So let's get started. So first of all, let's see how a simple variable works. This is a simple function which name is static function. And in the static function, we declare a variable of integer type and initialize it with 0. And we simply printing the value of a by incrementing 1. A++ is an increment which will increment the value of a as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And after that, in the main section, we define a for loop in which we define that int I is equal to 0 and I should be less than equal to 5 and I++. It means that loop will iterate 5 times and 5 times the value of a increments. Why? Because in the body we call in the first I as 0 and it increments. But keep in mind, a is a local variable. So when the function body ends, the value of a drops. It deleted from the memory. Always keep in mind that a simple variable has a scope, a local variable has a scope in the body of the function. As the body of function ends, the value of variables drops or destroy or ended. So when the for loop will iterate 5 times, each time the value of a will be initialized with 0 and it will increment it with 1. But when the body ends, the value drops. And here is the output. You can see that it prints the zeros values for 6 times. That shows that the variable, a simple variable, loses its value when the body of the function ends. While in comparison with simple variable, static variables hold its values till the program ends. It holds its value even at the end of main function. Let's understand it with an example. The same function we defined in the static variable function example. Static variables holds its value till end of the program even during function calls. So here we define a function, static function, and in the body we define a static variable who is initialized with 0. So this static variable a increments, and each time when it increments, it prints on the console. And in the main part we same define the for loop that will iterate 5 times, and the function in the body of the for loop we define the function and the function will call 5 times. You can see the result as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At first the value in a is 0, that will print on the console. In this iteration, the value of a incremented. The variable a holds its value I have told you that the static variable never loses its values till the end of the program. So it holds its value. When we call the function again, the static variable that has the value, that has already the value, will be incremented and displayed on the screen. Hopefully you understand the concept, the difference between the simple variable and static variable. Simple variable loses its content, loses its value as the function body ends, while the static variable holds its value even the end of the main function or even till the end of the program. So here are some properties of static variable and function. Number 1, static function can access only static variables and function. Static functions cannot access the non-static variables or function. We will see this property in the coming slides. Property number 2, static function can be called using the class name, which we have discussed in the previous lecture too, and we will see it again in this lecture. So this is a simple example of static variable and function in which we define a class named static function. In the public section, we define variables. Under the public access specifier, we define two variables, int a and static int b. This is a simple variable, while this is a static variables. And we created a simple static function that prints the value of b. And here we are telling the compiler that we are using a static variable in the class, and what is the class name is static function. What's the variable name is b, and what's the type of the variable is integer. It means it holds integer type data. I have told you earlier, if you never define this statement, you will get a compile time error. So in the main section, we created an object as named obj, and we call the showAb function, which is a static function with obj, with object name. At the same time, we call the showAb function with the class name, that is static function, followed by the following the scope resolution operator. So here we can access the static functions by both object or the class name. It means that if we never have the object in the class, we can call the static functions with the class name too. So here is the output. Value of b is 0 and 0. I have told you earlier that if we never initialize the static variable, then the default value would be 0. But if we never define the simple variable, then it contains the garbage value, right? So this is a short example that the static function can be called by both object or even with the class name. But we have discussed the property that a static function can use only the static variables. This is the same example, but in the previous example we only print the value of b. That was a static variable. But now we add an other variable value, and we are going to print the value of a2. That is a simple or non-static variable. Then it generates an error that invalid use of member static function a in static member function. It means that a is a non-static variable and we are not allowed to use non-static variable in a static function, right? So the first property, that static function can only access the static variables, is proved in this function. And the second property, that we can call this function by using the class name too. It means that we make the static function independent. Now, if there is no any object, then we call the static functions with the class name. That's the reason it's called class variables and class function. Hopefully, you understand the concept. Thank you very much.